Have you ever felt a shadow pass over your spirit? A subtle shift in your inner world that leaves you feeling unanchored and adrift? Perhaps there's a sense of unease that you can't quite shake, or a sudden disconnect from practices and beliefs that once felt as natural to you as breathing. It's as if an invisible veil has been draped over your spiritual vision, blurring the path that was once clear before you. This experience, unsettling and bewildering, may not just be a fleeting moment of doubt or a phase of spiritual dryness. It could be the mark of something deeper, more targeted and intentionally disruptive, a spiritual attack. In this exploration, we delve into the concept of spiritual warfare, a reality that exists just beyond the periphery of our physical senses. This video aims to lift the veil on the unseen forces at play in our spiritual journey, shedding light on the entities and energies that seek to influence and, at times, impede our progress. The battleground of the soul is vast and varied, and without the proper awareness and understanding, we may find ourselves unprepared for the challenges it presents. This journey into understanding is more than an exercise in spiritual self-defense. It's a call to deepen our connection to our innermost selves and the divine forces that guide us. As we peel back the layers of this unseen battle, we find not only the strategies of our adversaries but the strength of our own spirit, ready to rise and reclaim its light. Sign 1. Apathy toward spiritual matters. The sudden onset of apathy toward spiritual matters can be a red flag signaling a spiritual assault. This phenomenon often manifests as an unexplained disinterest in practices and rituals that once filled you with joy and imbued your life with a sense of purpose. It's as though the very activities that connected you to the divine and to the deeper aspects of your being have lost their colour and vitality. Such a shift may not just stem from a natural ebb and flow of interest, but could indicate the presence of negative energies or entities. Their aim? To sever your connection with the spiritual realm, leaving you untethered from your spiritual essence and path. Dolores, a luminary in the exploration of spiritual phenomena, emphasized the soul's perpetual quest for growth, which is nurtured through a variety of spiritual practices. According to Canon, encountering a phase of spiritual apathy is not merely a hurdle but an invitation to delve deeper into our spiritual reservoirs. She advocated for a conscious nurturing of the soul, especially in times of apathy, by seeking out and embracing spiritual practices that resonate with our current phase of life. This approach is not about forcing a connection through the same old rituals, but rather about refreshing our spiritual dialogue with the universe by exploring new avenues and perspectives. Combating spiritual apathy, therefore, involves an open-hearted exploration and a rekindling of curiosity about the spiritual dimensions surrounding us. This could manifest in diverse ways, such as adopting new meditation techniques that challenge and engage us differently, diving into spiritual texts or philosophies that we've previously overlooked, or engaging with nature on a more profound level. Each of these activities offers a unique pathway to reconnect with the spiritual currents that animate the universe and our place within it. By willingly stepping into the unknown and embracing the vastness of spiritual knowledge and experience available to us, we begin to dissolve the barriers erected by negative forces, reawakening our spiritual vitality and purpose. Sign 2. Overwhelming chaos and confusion. When the calm seas of your spiritual journey suddenly give way to a storm of chaos and confusion, it's as if a thick fog has descended upon your path. This disorienting haze is more than mere indecision. It's an all-consuming maelstrom of turmoil, fear, and anxiety that threatens to swallow your sense of direction whole. Individuals caught in this tempest find themselves adrift, isolated from their spiritual anchors, as the chaos effectively mutes the guiding voices of their higher selves and spiritual guides. Imagine standing in the heart of a dense forest, where every direction looks ominously alike, and every shadow hints at a hidden danger. This is the landscape of the soul under siege by overwhelming confusion. Here, The once clear trail marked by faith and intuition is overgrown with the brambles of doubt and second-guessing, making each step forward a leap of faith into the unknown. The light of understanding, which once illuminated your path, now flickers and fades beneath the oppressive canopy of uncertainty. This spiritual disarray is akin to being caught in a relentless storm, where lightning strikes of panic and thunderclaps of worry disrupt your inner peace. The once steady compass of your heart spins wildly, unable to find the true north of your spiritual quest. It's in this chaos, this blinding squall of confusion, that your spiritual connection seems most fragile, stretched thin to the point of breaking. Navigating out of this tempest requires a beacon, a fixed point of light to guide you back to clarity. Finding this beacon might mean seeking stillness amidst the chaos, allowing the tumult to wash over you without carrying you away. It's in this stillness that the fog begins to lift, gradually revealing the silhouette of your spiritual path once again. Remembering that even the most disorienting storms are temporary can be a source of comfort, a reminder that clear skies and calm seas lie ahead, with patience and perseverance as your trusted companions on the journey back to spiritual serenity. Sign 3. Financial and resource challenges. Navigating through a sudden storm of financial difficulties or standing at the crossroads where material needs seem to clash with spiritual beliefs marks a profound moment of spiritual testing. Such moments are not mere coincidences but are often designed to probe the depths of our faith, asking us to examine the strength of our commitment to our spiritual path when faced with the harsh realities of the material world. These challenges act as a crucible, testing our resilience and our ability to trust in our spiritual journey, even when the physical evidence around us seems to suggest abandonment. Dolores Cannon's teachings shed light on these difficult times, suggesting that our souls enter into contracts before incarnating, which include facing specific life challenges. These challenges are not random. They are carefully selected experiences meant to spur our spiritual growth and evolution. Financial and resource challenges, according to Cannon, are especially potent because they directly confront the duality of material need versus spiritual abundance. They force us to question and ultimately redefine our understanding of true wealth, pushing us to discover a balance where spiritual fulfillment outweighs material possession. In the throes of financial difficulty, the invitation is to delve into the heart of the challenge, to seek out the hidden lessons it bears. It's an opportunity to reflect deeply on how these material setbacks can enrich our spiritual journey, offering insights into our resilience, our capacity for trust, and our understanding of abundance. Embracing these lessons allows us to cultivate a deeper trust in the universe, reassuring us that our needs will be met as we align more closely with our spiritual path. It encourages a re-evaluation of our values, prompting us to weigh the worth of material gains against the invaluable treasures of peace, purpose, and spiritual connection. Through this lens, financial and resource challenges transform from obstacles into stepping stones, guiding us toward a richer, more integrated existence, where the spiritual and material worlds harmonize, enriching our journey toward enlightenment and fulfillment. Sign 4. Persistent physical fatigue. Encountering a phase where you're besieged by constant fatigue, devoid of any tangible medical explanation, could signal more than just a physical ailment. It might be an indication of a spiritual siege. This kind of weariness, one that seeps into the bones and clouds the mind, serves a sinister purpose in the realm of spiritual attacks. It seeks to sever your engagement with your spiritual practices, be it prayer, meditation, or other forms of worship, by sapping your energy and diluting your focus. The goal? To weaken your spiritual fortitude and disrupt your connection to the divine or your higher self. Dolores Cannon posited that this kind of pervasive fatigue might stem from disturbances within our energy field, be they disruptions or unwanted attachments that act as parasites on our spiritual vitality. Canons stress the significance of not only recognizing these energy leeches, but actively working to cleanse and shield our energy field as a crucial aspect of sustaining both our spiritual wellness and physical vigor. To counteract this debilitating fatigue, a multi-pronged approach that centers on restoration and energetic cleansing is paramount. Prioritizing rest is the first step, allowing your body and spirit the necessary respite to begin the healing process. Beyond rest, engaging in energy healing practices becomes essential. Modalities such as Reiki, Qigong, or guided meditations not only offer pathways to rejuvenate your drained energy reserves, but also work to realign and purify your energy field. By acknowledging the spiritual roots of this exhaustion and adopting practices focused on energy healing, you embark on a path of recovery that reinstates your spiritual strength and renews your physical energy. This holistic approach, inspired by Canon's insights, empowers you to reclaim your vitality and continue your spiritual practices with renewed vigor and clarity. Sign 5. Resurgence of old habits. In the pursuit of spiritual growth, encountering a sudden resurgence of old negative habits is like discovering weeds sprouting anew in a carefully tended garden. These habits, once thought to be uprooted and discarded, re-emerge with a vengeance, casting shadows over the fruits of your spiritual labor. This unexpected revival isn't merely a lapse in resolve, it's often a clear sign of a spiritual attack, designed with precision to derail your progress. The return of such habits, be they related to anger, procrastination, self-doubt, or any other form of spiritual setback, acts as a disruptive force, pulling you away from the path of enlightenment and back into familiar cycles of negativity. Overcoming these habits requires not just willpower, but a deep, reflective understanding of their roots. It's a process akin to a skilled gardener, not merely snipping the visible parts of the weeds, but digging deep to remove their entrenched roots. This metaphorical gardening involves acknowledging the resurgence of these habits as a sign, a marker on your spiritual journey, signaling the need for renewed vigilance and introspection. Recognizing this sign is the first critical step. It shifts your perspective from one of frustration and self-reproach to one of awareness and readiness to engage with the challenge at hand. The importance of awareness in this context cannot be overstated. It is the lantern that illuminates the darker paths of our journey, allowing us to see and understand the nature of the obstacles we face. With awareness comes the ability to discern the difference between a mere habit and a spiritually motivated resurgence aimed at undermining our progress. Armed with this knowledge, we can then deploy the appropriate spiritual tools, be they meditation, prayer, journaling, or seeking guidance from spiritual mentors, to address and dismantle these habits at their core. In doing so, we not only liberate ourselves from the immediate grip of these negative patterns, but also fortify our spiritual defenses against future attacks. Each victory over a resurfaced habit strengthens our resolve and deepens our understanding of the spiritual battlefield, empowering us to continue our journey with increased resilience and insight. This process of overcoming, therefore, transforms what was once a hindrance into a stepping stone, contributing to our spiritual growth and bringing us ever closer to our highest selves. Sign 6. Withdrawal from spiritual community. In the landscape of spiritual growth, the community acts as both sanctuary and soil, a place where our spirits find nourishment, support, and a shared vibrancy that propels us forward. This collective engagement is not just beneficial but essential, weaving individual threads into a stronger tapestry of collective wisdom, encouragement, and resilience. However, when one finds themselves drifting away from these communal harbours, retreating into solitude away from the fellowship that once felt like home, it marks a significant moment of concern. This withdrawal, especially when it feels involuntary or fraught with indifference, can be a glaring sign of spiritual assault, an orchestrated effort to sever the individual from their communal anchors. Isolation is a known tactic in spiritual warfare, aiming to weaken by separation. The act of withdrawing from spiritual communities, then, is not merely a personal choice, but could be indicative of an external influence, seeking to cut you off from the vital sources of spiritual strength and support found within these groups. The communal exchange of insights, experiences, and support acts as a lifeline, especially in times of doubt or struggle, offering a collective strength that far surpasses individual endeavour. Recognizing the critical role of community in our spiritual journey illuminates the gravity of withdrawal as a symptom of a deeper issue. It underscores the need for vigilance in maintaining our connections, even when unseen forces attempt to pry us from our spiritual family. Re-establishing these connections, reaching out even when we feel the urge to retreat, becomes an act of defiance against these forces, reaffirming our commitment to our spiritual path and to those who walk it with us. In recognizing the sign of withdrawal for what it truly signifies, we can take deliberate steps to reconnect, thereby preserving the communal fabric that supports our individual and collective growth. Sign 7. Disturbing dreams and visions. Dreams and visions occupy a special place in the spiritual journey, serving as bridges to the deeper realms of consciousness and gateways to divine wisdom. These nocturnal narratives and visionary experiences often guide us, offering symbols and messages that illuminate our path with clarity and insight. However, when these dreams and visions darken, morphing into sources of fear and confusion, their transformation is both jarring and revealing. Instead of uplifting guidance, we find ourselves navigating through nightmares and unsettling visions, leaving us to wake in states of distress rather than enlightenment. This shift from clarity to chaos doesn't merely disturb our sleep, it disrupts our spiritual insight, casting shadows of doubt and fear on our waking hours. Dolores Cannon, through her extensive work exploring the significance of the dream state in spiritual communication, shed light on the complexity of this phenomenon. She recognized dreams as not just reflections of our subconscious, but as vital channels for learning and communication with the higher realms. According to Cannon, disturbances in this delicate domain are seldom random. Instead, they can be indicative of targeted attacks aimed at severing our connections with these higher sources of guidance. By introducing turmoil into these channels, negative entities or energies can effectively block the flow of divine wisdom and insight, leaving us feeling unmoored and vulnerable. Understanding the dream state as a battlefield in spiritual warfare compels us to approach our dreams with both reverence and caution. Recognizing when a dream or vision shifts from being a source of guidance to a conduit of fear is pivotal. This awareness allows us to discern the underlying spiritual dynamics at play, challenging us to seek protection and purification of our dreamscapes. Engaging in practices that shield our spiritual essence, such as meditative visualizations of light surrounding us or invoking the protection of guardian spirits or angels before sleep, can fortify our defenses against these incursions. Additionally, keeping a dream journal can serve as a tool for reflection and discernment, helping to pass out the messages meant to guide us from those intended to mislead. In conclusion, navigating the complexities of our spiritual journey invites us into a profound exploration of self, spirit, and the unseen forces that shape our path. The encounters with apathy, overwhelming chaos, financial and resource challenges, persistent physical fatigue, the resurgence of old habits, withdrawal from our spiritual community, and disturbing dreams and visions. Each of these signs offers us a unique opportunity to grow, to learn, and to deepen our connection with the divine. As we move forward on our journey, let us do so with a renewed sense of purpose and resilience. Let us cultivate a practice of vigilance and spiritual hygiene, ensuring that we remain connected to our innermost selves and to the divine guidance that lights our way. The path ahead may be fraught with challenges, but it is also rich with potential for transformation and enlightenment.